Okay, peoples, so here's what we're up to so far. I got the bracket all siliconed in. I used this stuff right here, aquarium silicone, so it's aquarium safe and everything. And as you can see, you see this wasn't here before. Yeah, that's because the tab that was here, while I was messing around with this thing, getting all anxious to put it in, I broke it off like a fucking asshole. So I had to make another piece and just acrylic weld it on. So this is solid again, and it's not going to break again as long as I don't mess with it. So let's see, I siliconed all the edges here. You know, I put it in there, got it all measured up. Silicone these edges from the back of it. And if you can see down there, I have another plate. It's really hard to see with all these pieces of glass and shit in the way. But this, with the tapes holding it, I put a plate here because when this foam piece is here and it's acting like a baffle, I want all the water to go through it first, go through the K1 media, and then go through here to the next baffle. But since this slit goes all the way across, the water could essentially come down here into this first chamber, and then just go straight into the second chamber, bypassing this filter pad. So I had to cut another piece of acrylic, and I just made it like, I don't know, an inch or so longer than where the foam sits, so the water would have to pass through the foam to get to this second chamber, to get to now this chamber. If you get what I'm saying. This is in the wrong place. This goes in here. Alright, here it is, all done. So that's the chamber. So now the water is going to flow into here. It has to pass through into this first chamber. This is the K1 media. Get a good. There you go. That's what it looks like. Has a lot of surface area for bacteria to grow on. I got 28 liters, which is a shitload. It's actually a whole box full. Too much. So here it is, all done. Baffles in, foam pads in, K1 is fluidizing, and it's just about where I want it to be. So now I can start the cycle process. I'm just beginning the cycle process now, even though the tank's been up for like a few weeks, because I've been turning the tank off and on, and I had to drain the sump for a few days, you know, to do all this siliconing up and everything like that, and let the silicone dry. So I just refilled it back up a few days ago. The K1 is fluidizing pretty nice. I'm using 3 power heads as of right now. Usually use an air pump, but I had these 3 power heads, so this is what I'm using. You know, it's not 100% fluidized just yet. That's because, well, the tank is still not cycled. And there's my nosy ass dog. Come on, Roxy, get out of there. So once it gets more bacteria, it weighs down more and it fluidizes a lot better. But so that's what it's looking like. So I can finally start this cycle process. I mean, it did start a little bit, but it's not a full-blown cycle just yet. I already had like an ammonia spike or whatever, but you know how this is, slow game, slow going. So I'll probably throw some dead shrimp in there with some, yeah, you know, it's usually when I start tanks up, I always have 3-4 of the tanks going, and I could just take some media and throw it into my new tank, and you know, it'll be instantly cycled. But this is like one of the first times in the past 10 years or even longer that I haven't had a tank set up prior to this one. So I gotta do it the old-fashioned slow way. But there you go, man. Sump's all done. Well, almost all done. You know how it is. It's always a work in progress, but Looks good. It's working the way it's supposed to be. No more filter sock. Got the drain coming down, the water flowing through. Everything's sealed off nice. All the water has to go through that first foam baffle and then go through this fluidized K1, boom, into the next chamber, which is going to be a freshwater refugium. Obviously I'm going to cut this back or do something else with this stupid foam here, but it's the only thing that's blocking this K1 from going into the second chamber for now. And then back into my mag 18, pumping it back into the tank. I have my old heater. I don't really remember how many watts it was or whatever, but so hopefully the next video you'll see will be when it's all cycled, and maybe I'll have some fish in there for you guys and for myself. So alright, thanks for checking it out. See you guys later.